like and subscribe right now, or this will be in your bed tonight. When walking in Big 5 territory, if you encounter lions, don't run. If they come towards you, growling, it's to say you are too close, but they will not attack you. Just walk away slowly, and don't lose sight of them. Or stand your ground. Intelligence is your biggest weapon then. Shout and clap your hands and they will run away. If you're being tied up, puff yourself out as much as possible, so it'll be easier to wiggle out of. Tense muscles. Inhale deep and stretch out your arms and legs to make more space. If you're performing CPR on someone who's stopped breathing / heart has stopped, don't stop until EMTs take the body away. Don't stop after 2 minutes thinking, well, that didn't work. CPR typically won't cause the victim's heart to suddenly start or for them to jerk awake. It's mostly to force blood circulation to prevent brain death. You're not forcing life into them, you're preserving a corpse to keep a revivable state. If someone is choking, but they are coughing / talking, do not intervene. Let them cough it out. The ability to cough is a sign that air is able to get in and out, and that they only have a partial obstruction in their airway. If you try to intervene with the hemorrhage or back blows, you could force it out, or you could dislodge the blockage and cause a full obstruction. Obviously, if they are not breathing or coughing, then you should definitely administer back blows. Just remember to check in between each one in case you partially dislodge the object. If you're stuck in a stampede, as soon as you get knocked down, your chances decrease significantly. If this is the case, however, and you can't get up immediately, assume a protective posture with your feet tucked up and your hands covering your head. Try to position your face in the direction the crowd is moving, so you don't get kicked, and try to get back on your feet as soon as possible. If you are lost in the desert, or a lot of places for that matter, the number one thing you can carry to increase your chances of being found is a small reflective mirror. Anytime a plane flies overhead, you can reflect light towards them, and you greatly increase your chances of being found. This seriously is more important than carrying more water with you. Not that water doesn't help, it's just not realistic to carry that much water on your back. Furthermore, if you get stranded in the desert with a vehicle, do not leave your vehicle to find people. You are a lot harder to see than your vehicle, and your car can provide shelter. Your car has some good reflective mirrors to signal with, especially the rear view mirror. People die all the time doing this, often found only mere miles from their car. Finally, the universal sign for needing to be rescued is waving 2 arms up and down. If you wave only one arm to a passing plane, you will not be helped, or at least less likely to be helped. Also, because a few people have been wondering what to do if you can't use both of your arms, there is another universal way to signal for help that is more versatile. The way I can best describe it is 3 of anything quick signal. 3 gunshots, 3 whistle blows, 3 flashes of a flashlight, 3 flashes from a reflective mirror, etc. Just make sure they are spaced widely enough, at least 1 second, and that you spend a considerable time before making your next 3 signals. There have been many deaths that could have been prevented had this advice been followed. When you're making a turn across oncoming traffic, keep your wheels pointing straight ahead until the opportunity comes for you to make the turn. If your wheels are facing into the turn and someone hits you from behind, they will push you into the oncoming traffic and dead you will go. If you find yourself hurt in a public place, direct your pleas to one person, not to the crowd, cause everyone will think somebody else will help you. It is called the bystander effect. If your car breaks down in a remote area, cut off from civilization, stay with it. To draw attention, burn a tire during daylight. Somebody is likely to see the thick, black smoke. If you see someone wearing a motorcycle helmet have an accident, do not pull their helmet off for any reason. By all means, loosen the chin strap, but leave the helmet on and let the paramedics or doctors deal with it. You don't know what that helmet is holding together. If you think you're being followed, turn right 4 times. Since you'll get to the same place, they shouldn't be following you anymore. If they do, you might be in trouble. Since it's a common warning that you shouldn't go home when you think someone is following you, the smartest is to go to a police station. If someone is beating you and you can't resist, the best is to lie on the ground and cover your head. This is usually known because it obviously protects the most important place in your body, but it is also important because it will make the aggressor feel guilty and probably leave you. If you're outside in a lightning storm and your hair starts floating, seek immediate shelter. You're about to be struck by lightning. If immediate, within 15 seconds of movement, shelter is not available, put both your feet together, squat down on the balls of your feet, and grab your ankles. If you're struck, this will give the lightning a direct path down to the ground and hopefully minimize damage. If a known diabetic person faints/gets dizzy, give them something sugary immediately. If they got sick because of high sugar levels, hyperglycemia, the repercussions of increasing their sugar won't be as terrible as the damage caused if no action is taken. Giving that little amount of sugar, if they fainted due to a hypoglycemic episode, can be life-saving. In an active shooter situation, don't count shots, because you can't possibly know if they have extra ammunition. If running in the open, make a beeline for cover. No zigzags. Wood will not stop a bullet. The safest place to be, if hiding behind a car, is by the engine block, but it may not protect you from some rifles. Don't panic. Get low, locate where the shots are coming from, and make a plan. Standard procedure is run, hide, fight, and it's as simple as it sounds. Run if you can. If you can't run and escape, hide. If hiding isn't an option, grab a heavy object such as a fire extinguisher or chair. Position yourself so, if they have to come into the room, they won't see you until you see them, and swing. If you get stuck in an avalanche and find yourself buried in snow, spit a wad of saliva out of your mouth. Gravity helps you to determine which way is up and down, so you can dig yourself upwards. People get disoriented and dig in the wrong direction and tire out, which you can't afford to do. If you are doing any kind of relatively serious hiking, boating, flying, floating, or hunting, you need to take a personal locator beacon, PLB, with you. It is something that can save your life and the lives of others by getting you immediate help if you need it. Say you're going hiking and you fall and injure yourself. Instead of waiting to be missed and possibly dying from exposure or shock, you simply set off your PLB and the rescue team is coming to get you. You can even get ones that have a text option to prevent anyone from worrying about you if there's a delay and calling in a rescue unnecessarily. You can add important bits of medical information about yourself in your file as well, such as allergies or pre-existing conditions, so that the medics are aware when they come get you. Honestly, it's a vital piece of equipment and it's irresponsible to not take one with you if you're going somewhere even vaguely backcountry. If someone is to grab you by the wrist and attempt to harm you, twist your arm in a full 360 and pull it back towards you. The spin loosens the grip and the pull breaks the grip. I learned that in karate many years ago. If someone is in an altered mental status and you suspect that it is because of diabetic problems, go ahead and rub a small amount of sugar or syrup, etc., in their mouth on their gum lines. Or give them a small amount of what you have. If they are hyperglycemic, the small amount of sugar added won't be large enough to have any effect on them or make their condition worse. However, if they are hypoglycemic, just having a small amount of sugar could save their life. If you are being attacked by a dog, grab it by the front legs and pull outward. Dogs' limbs aren't designed to move outward, so it will suffocate until it falls unconscious. If you are with someone who gets bitten by a venomous snake, do not apply a tourniquet and do not attempt to get the poison out by cutting it, sucking it out, etc. Tourniquets can cause ischemia/necrosis if left on, and messing with the wound just predisposes to infection. Also, up to half of bites from venomous snakes are dry bites, so you may be doing much more harm than good. What you should do is immediately get the person away from the snake, call for help, and try to remember what the snake looks like if you aren't familiar with the species. Keep the patient calm and remove any tight clothing, jewelry or shoes close to the bite. Keep the wound below the level of their heart. Gravity is your friend in helping to prevent the spread of the venom. If you come across someone with a gunshot wound, for the love of God don't put a tampon in it. Tampons absorb blood and do not promote clotting. Pack it with gauze or even stick your finger in the wound. Apply pressure to the wound by any means necessary. If you feel you're about to have a heart attack, chew on aspirin. Don't swallow it. Can make the difference between life or death. Cayenne pepper is a hemostatic, stops bleeding agent. I have saved lives with it. I literally carried it in my medic bag when I was a cop. If you are ever in a situation where police want to talk to you, don't ever talk to police. We are trained to make you trip up repeating a story. Just say, "Officer, I'm sorry, but I wish to speak to an attorney," and when they will ask again, just say, "I want my lawyer." Thanks for watching. Greaseball, like and comment. Subscribe. I love you.